Hello everyone, my name is Zero and welcome to Anything Geek, where you can enjoy your weekly kudo news about the One Piece card game. And boy, are we gonna start this series with a strong one, because last week was One Piece Day and they organized a big event for this over in Japan and they streamed it for everybody to enjoy at home. Trust me when I say there were some huge reveals during this event. Let's dig in. But let's start with the general news, and amongst those news was the newly restricted cards that were announced. So we have now New Gate, the SR from OP02, Marco, an SR from OP02, and Radical Beam from OP01 that are now restricted and you can only play one per deck. They want to nerf Whitebeard, that's just that. It's just too strong still and they are trying to figure out how to balance the game. Now, I don't know how they plan this, but we are gonna hit pretty soon the second block of the game, and they might have more option once that happens, because as a game goes on, you pretty much end up not allowing previous cards into tournament to focus on the new set. So maybe they're gonna do that. Maybe all the cards will always gonna be playable. If it is, then New Gate is still gonna be strong, so they need to address the situation, and that's what they're doing to the best of their capabilities. And speaking of Red, they have finally revealed the 25th anniversary card that Oda himself drawn and designed for the card game, which is pretty sick. It's just a reprint or an alternate art, I guess, of the starter deck Luffy, the SR that was in the deck, the 5-cost rush Luffy from the starter deck 1. But it's very nice to have such a beautiful card. Now, you know that there's already reprints of this, so wanted cards, Oda drawn, choose for yourself. I think they're both pretty cool, so I'm not mad that we get this as an anniversary exclusive cards. But they also revealed a new card that's Promo Zoro, which is gonna be a full cost 5,000 yellow Zoro, but we don't know yet if this is gonna have an effect or a counter. So that's pretty much all we know. We know this is coming, we don't know how, but there you go. And since we're talking about promo cards, there is also a new YAMATO that has been announced. This is a 1-cost 2,000 cards YAMATO for the purple color with the tag Land of Wano, counter 1,000, and on play you may place all cards in your hand at the bottom of your deck in any order and then draw as many cards as you placed at the bottom of your deck. So that's basically cycling your cards. This is very good if you don't have what you need in hand to play. You can just put them all back in your deck and draw a new hand. And that promo, it's actually gonna be distributed through the One Piece magazine. It's been going on for a while, and that promo is gonna be distributed through that. Let's hope that this also comes here to the West in Europe and other regions as such an easy mean of access, because not everyone can go to tournament and event and stuff like that. So this is cool if you can just buy the magazine and have a cool promo with that also. And we now also have a full picture of the starter deck 10 full package. It's gonna be pricier than all the other decks, but that's actually accounting for the fact that there is 3 leader with that deck, and also that deck is gonna have a deck box and foil down included in the box. So lots of exclusive things, but not only that, and I personally think that for the price this is definitely a must buy for anybody who is interested in the game, because that deck is gonna feature 2 reprints of 2 cards that we already know and love from Red, and those cards are gonna be Zoro, the 3-cost Zoro Rush from OP01, and Nami, the Searcher from OP01. Not only did this deck include those cards in it, but there are 4 copies of. So that means if you want to play the game, at some point you're gonna want to be a bit efficient and you're gonna need those Zoros, and trust me, they were pricey for pretty much the entire time before they announced this ultimate deck. And just the fact that you can have them in the deck now, the price has gone down tremendously. But before that, they were still going for 20 bucks at the very least. So I consider the starter deck 10 a definitely must have for anybody who's playing the game and anybody who wants to be at the very least a bit efficient playing the game. And now let's talk a bit about OP05, the 5th booster series for the game, because they've actually revealed lots of cards from this set. They've also revealed the packaging and we're just gonna talk about that. So here are the last card that they revealed from the sets. So we have Kuma, which is a red character, 2 cost 2000 power, 7 warlords, revolutionary army, counter 1000, and an effect on play you can KO up to 1 character with a power of 2000 or less. This has a trigger. If your leader is mixed color, you can play this card. This card is actually intended to work with a deck based on the leader that they revealed not so long ago, which is Bello Betty from the Revolutionary Army, which is a red-yellow leader. And we're gonna see in a second that that's not the only card, and I personally think that a Revolutionary Army is gonna become just as strong as any other red archetype that we have, meaning Whitebeard and Zoro, because the next card they revealed is actually a red SR card, and it's gonna be Koala, red character, 2 cost 3000 power, Revolutionary Army, and counter 2000, so very good counter straight out of the bat. And an effect on play: if your leader has the Revolutionary Army, give up to 1 opponent's character minus 3000 for this turn. So that's boost up version of Otama from OP01, and as we know, Otama was very useful to be able to hit those heavy target, heavy cards that any opponents would play, like Tenko's Kaido. Just nerf them to the ground, attack them for days, and try to force them into KO. It was very efficient, and I don't think that's gonna change with OP05 because, I mean, Koala is just gonna do the same job. So we have this for the Revolutionary Army, and there is another card for the Revolutionary Army that was revealed, and yes, it is still red, and this is actually the Bello Betty character. Red character, 1 cost 2000 power, Revolutionary Army of course, counter 1000, and on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Revolutionary Army type cards other than Bello Betty, and add it to your hand. Then you can place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. This is Nami. This is Nami from OP01. We know that every color and every set we're gonna have those mechanics because we need them to play. They're just giving Revolutionary Army all the basics tools that they need to really perform in the game. So that's why I think Revolutionary Army is gonna be strong in OP05 and even a good contender for what is currently meta, Whitebeard and Zoro Rush, the red Zoro deck. This is just among the possibility now, but red is here to stay, definitely 100%. The next card is not gonna be red though, it's gonna be Eustace Captain Kid, purple character, 5 cost 6000 power, Kid Pirate and blocker. So during your turn, once per turn, when a done card from your field is returned to your done deck, you can add 1 done from your done deck as active. It's gonna like help you counter the negative effect of your purple card. So when you use a purple effect that's done minus, you can at least regain 1 done, and it's gonna be very strong for a ton of stuff. You can trust that this card is gonna be played, especially I can see this in certain specific combos. But we also have another character that was announced, which is Trafalgar Law, purple character, 3 costs, 5000 power, no counter, part of the Earth Pirate, and when attacking, if your opponent has more dawn cards on their field than you, look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck and reveal up to 1 Earth Pirate type card and add it to your hand. Then you place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. So obviously a searcher, very good. If you play into the Earth Pirate archetype, there's a ton of stuff that you can do, because we also have Earth Pirate in the purple color that's coming into the ST10. You will be able to use this as effectively as possible, so very good cards also. But those are regardless nothing compared to what is coming next, because they revealed the 2 secret rare for the sets. And the first secret rare from OP05 is gonna be Kaido, a blue character with a cost of 10 and 12,000 power, so classical so far. 4 Emperor's Animal Kingdom Pirate, of course, and an effect on play: if your opponent has 3 or less life cards, you draw 4 cards. That's very simple, but I think it's gonna be very efficient in some decks. If you take like the blue Nami, I mean, you play a 10 cost and you can potentially draw 4 cards and you have a big body on the floor. If you try to mill fast, I mean, with this you can not only put pressure but also draw into your deck. That might be like very useful, but we'll see the application, because here in Europe we don't have OP04 yet. Japan of course already has this, so we need to see a bit about the rest. And sadly, this is the point in the video where I have to warn people about the next reveal, because the One Piece card game doesn't really care about spoilers, but I personally do. So if you're not caught up with the anime and the manga, I would suggest not to look at this part of the news yet and just click somewhere else, because the next card is actually a huge reveal that we are waiting for in the anime that's going to be out on August 6th. If you've read the manga and you're caught up with the latest arc, so you've seen all Wano, you would know about this, so that's fine. But for anybody else who don't want to be spoiled, that's going to be a huge spoiler. So there you go, you're warned. Spoiler warning for this last card. And the last card they revealed was the second secret rare, and that's the card that we're gonna have the same treatment as Shanks for this. We're gonna have two alternate art. One is gonna be the alternate version of it, but with a different background, and the second alternate is gonna be the manga version. And boy, am I hyped for this card. Really, like, the art and the effect I think is totally bonkers. I want to play this, I want this so bad. This card is gonna be none other than Gear 5 Luffy. This is Luffy at its peak, as you probably know, and this is gonna be a purple character, so 10 cost, 12,000 power, no counter, 4 emperors and straw hats. So again, spoilers, if you didn't know, Luffy is becoming an emperor by the end of Wano. And an effect, which is, hold on to your chair with this one. On play, Don -10, place all your character other than this character at the bottom of your deck in any order. Then after this turn, take another turn. And an additional effect, activate main once per turn for 1 cost. You can add one Don from your Don deck as active. Now, you might think, okay, I just got to my 10 Don. I'm playing this, so I'm minusing all my Dons, and I'm just carrying all my board just to play this one character. What do I get from this? What you get is effectively another turn, and remember that purple is ramp. So there's probably ways for you, if you handle it well, to ramp your Don when you specifically play this. So with all the purple ramp possibility, because we also have this with some leaders that are gonna come with the ST10, I just think it's gonna be very strong, and I really want to play this. I want to try this, and I want to deck build around this. It's gonna be so cool. But like I said, sadly, this is spoiler territory, and actually the two other news that are linked to this are also spoiler territory, because they revealed the packaging for OP05, and it is straight up Luffy in this form. By the time OP05 comes out, it is gonna be revealed in the anime, so that's not gonna be a secret. But until then, I feel like that's still a bit of a spoiler, and a big one at that, so I didn't want to spoil anything for anybody. And the last piece of news that we had was also the reveal of a figurine to go with all this event, which is gonna be Gear 5 Luffy. You guessed it. That's from the Portrait of Pirate series. If buying figurines is your thing, just go nuts with this. It's kind of awesome, I think. That's about all the news that was revealed last week. I tried to condense everything, but let me know in the comments below. Do you like the anniversary card drawn by Oda? Are you satisfied with what we have already for OP05? What do you think of the secret rares? Do you plan on buying the ST10, for instance? I think anybody should do that. Leave me that all in the comments below. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this very first coup de news. And if you're still here, it means the video was at the very least entertaining to you, so please leave a like, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to never miss anything geek. Bye, guys.